Hi guys, I'm going to make this video as short as I possibly can. I got wires here everywhere, I got to fix all that. Because it's 18 degrees outside this morning. I guess that's about, what is that, around -8 Celsius. It's cold, I want to go back in. Anyhow, I've been having some discussion with some folks about the front door on the bus. So I thought I would do a real quick video and show you guys a few things. Some of it I can do with graphics inside, so that'll help a little bit. Part of the discussion we've been having, somebody posted a picture and they had replaced the door on their bus and the bottom of it was solid. And as you can see, I've left the original door and left the glass. Why? Because when you're driving your bus and you're making a right-hand turn, you have to swing one way wide one way or the other. Now, don't swing wide this way because it makes this problem worse. Make sure nobody's in the left-hand turn lane up here and swing wide this way. But it's still almost impossible not to get a little bit further out from that edge so you don't hit the curb back here. What happens is some yahoo, and I have a different name for him, doesn't pay attention to your turn signal, which you should be using, and comes up on your right down there. There's a little Prius or something, some idiot making a right-hand turn, and you're going to cut the corner and go right over his hood. The other thing you have to worry about, let me get over here, in your mirror, your pivot point on a bus is right there at the rear wheels. The whole bus, when you make a turn, pivots around those wheels. Now, I was a school bus driver. I work for a transit company now and drive transit buses, so I'm used to this stuff. Your problem is, and this is called the rooster tail back here. If you're making a right-hand turn, that rooster tail is going to swing left. You got to make sure nobody's in this left-hand turn lane that you're going to clip with that rooster tail. Anyhow, as you can see at the beginning of the video, the bus started right up. I did not plug it in, and it is 18 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm pretty darn happy about that. Let me pull the key so make sure it's not an accessory or something and run the battery down. So here's what I've done with my front door. Now, the door was originally obviously in two parts, like all school bus doors on the front, and it had a pneumatic operator. Here's the airline for it, all up in here, and I took all that out, and that's going to make room for me to eventually build in a nice storage cubby of some kind. The door was in two pieces, hanging from metal pins, steel pins welded into the door like this. I beat this one back so the door would fit right. And then it has these, there's some kind of really hard plastic sockets that those pins go into. And it was missing one, so half of my school bus's door was flopping around like crazy. I took the two doors off, bolted them together with this angle iron. And I've got carriage bolts on the outside so nobody can get a wrench on them. And these are what's called nylock nuts. They're self-locking nuts. On this side, the hinge side, okay, I've got a old inner tube from a semi-truck, and there were some metal plates on here and then again on the other side of the outside of the bus. I'll put those back in and close this gap with rubber. On this side, there was quite a gap, so I cut a piece of 2x the right width, and I just have this piece of angle iron on here temporarily. I bought some more. I've got to cut a piece that's the right length to close it all in, and the lumber is, see if I can get it in frame here, bolted in to the metal of the bus, and then the angle iron screwed on there, and that gives me a place to close the door against. And I'll put some foam weather stripping in there, and then I also have to do the same thing up top, which I haven't done yet. The bottom, oh, it's cold out here. I can put a door sweep on down there. The door had all kinds of rust issues down in these corners, and it was pretty rotted out. It's getting dirty already, and I just finished this. I took it all apart and patched all that rot and rust with Auto Body Filler. I won't name a name brand, but it rhymes with Bondo. And then repainted everything with several coats of paint. Had to mask the windows and everything. Oh, here's a pro tip for you. If you're doing any kind of grinding or welding, make sure any glass near you is masked off and covered, because the hot sparks from a grinder or a welder will pit the glass, and you won't see it right away until the sun's shining on it, but trust me, it'll make a mess. Okay, so on the inside, when we're inside the bus, we're going to secure the door with a barrel bolt that I don't have on yet. On the outside, and I just redid some stuff, so I'm going to move that one thing. Okay, we're just using one of these, and right there it just keeps the door closed. If I turned it all the way, it would lock it. I put this one over here so that, and I've got to move it up so that when we're inside the bus, I can flip this back, lock it, so somebody can't lock us inside the bus. So, pretty simple locking mechanism. But all I got to do is walk up, stick the key in, and turn it. That handle there, I think I'll get a better one. And that's all it is. I haven't done too much to it, but it did take quite a bit of work. So, here we are. The two bus doors became one, and they're well sealed. I'm going to put some spray foam in here between this rubber, but it should be sealed up pretty good to the cold and keep us nice and warm in the winter, and that's about it. Please leave a comment, tell me what you think, tell me, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and subscribe and hit the bell and all that good stuff. And we'll see you next time, and we'll get through this. Bye.